I guess people of my era, of my age, and some of our seniors and who are heading to Stirling in a couple of weeks will remember you from playing for Bath and for England. But we're talking because you're also a proud dad this weekend.
Yeah, exciting, proud dad watching my son represent his country for the first time at under 15s touch rugby in Limerick. It's going to be exciting for him. My wife's going over with my two daughters as well. Um, and yeah, it's a proud moment. Obviously, I can't get over there, so I'll be following online, but it's a very sort of positive moment for the family.
I guess why touch rugby?
My wife played in the Junior World Cup in '99 and 2001 in Australia and New Zealand. Um, and when I moved to Bath and I met my wife at the time, they had a family touch team that played every off season. So I joined in touch and it became a family tradition. My wife, her two sisters, her brother, all the in-laws, and our friends, and we just created some enjoyment in it, and then it became quite competitive. And then Joey was born, and he wanted to join in at quite a young age, having the ability of catch pass. And he actually didn't play union until year seven. He was probably playing touch before that. As myself as a coach and a player, I think touch rugby is far more beneficial at a younger age for kids than tag. But that's my opinion because I think evasion skills, moving the ball, everybody has to be part of a team, and that's why we got into touch.
As a quick aside, did it help your own skills when you were as a pro when you were playing, especially with your wife being an international as well?
Yeah, massively. I always relate touch rugby to being very much like short side attack because you're trying to find 4v2s, 3v2s, and playing on the front foot, as well as having to be hyper fit and hyper mobile to be able to get around the park backwards and forwards, keep being on top of teams. So when I was playing well in union, normally my fitness was good enough to play well in touch, but there's a massive link over for I'd say people of back row backs and nines of touch that how quickly you have to think because defenders move at you quicker. It's a quicker game. The ball is moving. You haven't got a 5 6 second breakdown. It's touchdown. Ball needs to go away. So you take lots of pictures in quickly, and hopefully pick on people that weak defenders, or you see a hole open up smaller, bigger. And I think it's a massive transferable skill for people nowadays.
When he gets the email or the call that says he's been picked for the team to go to Limerick, what are you thinking in terms of parents and in terms of the whole setup in terms of what you've seen from the high performance setup?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed watching the culture that they bring at the training grounds. I think how they have spread the coaches between sort of the under 12 development to under 15s, under 18s, under 20s. I have actually really enjoyed watching the coaches, how they interact with the players, how they develop groups of mixed foot boys or girls or men and women. And I'm high level performance coaching now full time. So it's great to see how they interact with these youngsters, how they engage them. Um, and like I said, you get the message or the email, as you said, that he's been offered the chance to represent his country. And for me, I like him to keep calm. I like him to go process based because what you do now is what's going to help you in 5 10 years time. I don't want any pressure on him as like the only pressure will come from in theory me, but there is no pressure. I want him to go and express himself and show what he's doing because they've got a great mixed 15s team. There's some great boys and girls in that team, and they have an opportunity. And I want them to go and enjoy it because these are memories for the squad, the players, the coaches. That you never know what's going to happen. That you might never ever get to represent your country again in any other sport, but so they have to enjoy this moment right now.
And culturally as well. I mean, England are sending a huge team in terms of 11 teams, but the variety of nations they're coming up against, players from China, the Cayman Islands, Ukraine, in terms of to be part of that, are you kind of when you look back at your own time playing rugby, are you a little bit envious that he gets the chance to be a part of such a multinational event at such a young age?
I'm envious of everything he does nowadays. I was born and bred Jerseyman that played hockey and cricket. I didn't play rugby till I was 17. So I used to travel around playing hockey and cricket, and it's a very small nationalised sport when you're playing against other teams. Um, but then now seeing the opportunity of the teams you name, even like Cayman Islands, China, people coming over like that to Limerick, it's a great opportunity to create bump into people because you'll never know who you're going to bump into in 10, 15 years time. Did you play in that year here? Did you play in that year? Like my wife, when she played in junior nationals, she played with people like Nolly Waterman. Nolly Waterman went and played for England at fullback numerous times and one of the best female rugby players ever. And their friendship started when they played for nationals, for junior world champs in Australia and New Zealand for England Touch. So it's the memories for them. It's amazing to see what other nations are bringing into touch rugby as well.
And finally, when you found out that Johnny Leota was coaching, what was your, because obviously you would have played against him loads of times at the Premiership and potentially with England. You know, when you think of Johnny Leota, you don't really think of touch, do you? I mean, not as a player. So as a
Well,
coach, what was your thoughts?
yeah, it's a strange one with all the Samoans, Kiwis, Aussies, any player that ever came to Bath from those nations, as soon as they stayed here for the off season, they would come play for our touch team because it's ingrained into them. So I remember speaking to Johnny, and they said all the names went in the hat. Who wants to play boys and mixed and stuff? And he said he saw Joey's name, and he says I'm having him. And like Johnny is a phenomenal coach. He's coaching at Sale as well, and he's joining in with this, and he's with a high level of performance from him and what he brings. And he's got Neil as his partner. The chemistry between those two is brilliant, and all I've seen from those two is oozing out confidence out that group that they've had. If a mistake happens, they don't ever put any pressure on them. They just bring out more and more confidence, and it's brilliant to see somebody who I played against be able to still have a um, a moment, a time to sort of mold my son's future because I respect Johnny as a player and as a coach, and it's I can sit back and relax a little bit more knowing that Johnny's looking after him. Because as you said, Johnny is a very hard, tough Samoan centre, hard line running, but he's a very highly intellectual coach with great touch knowledge. But even better watching him coach Joey and the rest of the team because him and Neil have been fantastic.